We are living at a moment when something new is awakening in the human mind. Humanity, as a race, has been slowly evolving through many stages. The first is simple consciousness, the awareness possessed by the higher animals. The second is self-consciousness, the awareness of oneself as a distinct being, which all normal men and women possess. The third, still rare but dawning, is cosmic consciousness, the awareness of the life and order of the universe as one with our own being. In this higher state, the individual does not merely believe or reason about the unity of things, he knows it. It is not a conviction based upon inference, but an immediate intuition. The person perceives that the universe is alive, that all life is one life, and that he himself is part and parcel of this vast, eternal whole. Such consciousness is accompanied by an indescribable joy, a sense of immortality and moral exaltation. The fear of death disappears, and the ordinary distinctions between good and evil lose their power to distress. The person becomes aware that what we call evil is but the shadow cast by our limited perception, and that in the totality of things, there is harmony and love. It is no new thing in the history of the world. All the great spiritual teachers have possessed this consciousness in some degree. The Buddha, Jesus, Paul, Plotinus, Dante, and many others were men who had passed beyond the narrow limits of self-conscious life and entered into the larger life of the cosmos. They spoke of what they knew, though often in the symbolic language of their time. The characteristic of cosmic consciousness is the direct knowledge that the universe is a living presence, not dead matter moving mechanically, but a vast spiritual organism. The person who attains it sees that the entire creation, from the atom to the star, is alive, an instinct with mind. The forms of things are but expressions of one infinite consciousness taking on numberless appearances. This illumination may come suddenly or gradually, it may last for moments, hours, or days. In rare cases it becomes permanent. Often it is preceded by a period of inner tension, the mind striving for truth, dissatisfied with old forms of thought, reaching out for something beyond. Then, in a moment of silence, the veil lifts. Those who have passed through this experience describe it in nearly the same terms. They tell of a light that seems to flood the mind, of an inward expansion, of a feeling of boundless love. They say that they no longer live by faith or hope, but by sight, that they see and know that all is well. The distinguishing mark is knowledge, not belief. Belief belongs to self-consciousness. Knowledge belongs to cosmic consciousness. To the ordinary man, the world appears as a collection of separate objects, each existing in itself and apart from others. To the man illumined, all forms melt into unity. He sees that the distinction between subject and object, between self and the world, is only apparent, that there is but one reality, and that he himself is that reality knowing itself. This change is accompanied by an extraordinary moral transformation. The person becomes incapable of hatred, envy, or fear. His center of life shifts from the personal to the universal. His actions are no longer dictated by self-interest, but by love, not sentimental affection, but the spontaneous expression of unity. He perceives that life is eternal and that death is an illusion. The body may perish, but consciousness, being the very essence of the universe, cannot cease. He knows himself to be deathless, and the universe to be divine. This knowledge brings a peace that passes understanding, for he no longer struggles against the flow of things, but moves in harmony with it. From the standpoint of science, this new faculty may seem strange, yet it is as natural an evolution of mind as self-consciousness was in its time. Just as self-consciousness arose gradually in the race and in the individual child, so cosmic consciousness is now beginning to dawn in the more advanced members of humanity. The time will come when it will be as common as self-consciousness is today. When that stage is reached, man will live not for himself alone, but as a conscious part of the universal whole. The wars, fears, and greed that now darken the world will lose their hold, for the sense of separation is their root. Cosmic consciousness reveals that there is no other, no alien will oppose to ours. There is but one will, one life, one consciousness, and we are it. The pathway to this realization is not through argument, but through growth, through purification of mind, through love, through the quieting of selfish desire. It cannot be attained by intellect alone, for it transcends intellect, yet reason prepares the way by removing superstition and fear. The essential preparation lies in sincerity, in the earnest desire for truth and goodness. The man who seeks these for their own sake is already on the threshold. When the mind becomes still, when the storm of desires subsides, the deeper consciousness shines forth of itself. This new consciousness does not destroy the lower, but includes it. The man who gains cosmic consciousness still perceives himself as a person, but he knows that the person is only one expression of a greater self. His individuality remains, yet he is free from the illusion of separateness. Many who have experienced it describe the moment as one of great light. It may be seen inwardly or outwardly, but always as the symbol of a deeper illumination. The heart is filled with joy and awe, the intellect with wonder, the whole being vibrates with a new sense of power and unity. After the vision, life can never again be what it was. The memory of that hour remains, even if the consciousness itself fades. The person has seen the truth. He knows that the world is divine, that all beings are one. This conviction gives to his words and actions a serenity and authority not born of reasoning. Cosmic consciousness is thus the next step in human evolution. It is as much beyond self-consciousness as self-consciousness is beyond simple consciousness. In its light, the old problems of philosophy dissolve. Mind and matter, God and world, self and other, all are seen as aspects of one living reality. When this faculty becomes general, religion will cease to be a matter of dogma and will become direct experience. Science and religion will no longer conflict, for both will spring from the same source, the immediate knowledge of the whole. Such a change cannot come in a moment. It will unfold slowly as the race matures. Yet, even now, the forerunners appear. The mystics and seers of all ages have been its prophets, and every great awakening of humanity has been its partial manifestation. The goal toward which the world moves is not destruction, but fulfillment. The struggle and pain of evolution are the travail of birth. Out of the darkness of ignorance a new light is arising, the light of cosmic consciousness, in which man will see himself not as a stranger in the universe, but as the universe itself, awakened to self-knowledge. Then shall he understand the words of the poet. I am the soul of the world. The stars are my eyes, the winds my breath, the waves of the sea my pulse, the light of the sun my life. In that day, fear shall vanish, for there will be none to fear. Death shall lose its sting, for he who knows the eternal knows himself to be eternal. The earth shall no longer seem divided into nations and races, but shall appear as one vast organism, pulsating with a single life. The individual will live as part of the whole, and the whole will live in him. His joy will be the joy of the universe, his sorrow, the shadow of infinite love. For the first time, man will know what it means to be truly alive, to be aware not merely of his own small existence, but of the boundless life in which all beings move and have their being. This is the destiny of humanity. This is the birth of the divine in man.